Hi, my name is Nancy Hamm, and this is the Gentle Ventures training course for newborn care specialists. I'd like to start by telling you a little bit about myself. I have been a newborn care specialist or working with newborns for 23 years now, and I have over 40,000 hours of hands-on care with babies. I have been teaching the Gentle Ventures course for the last 8 years. I love babies. That's my weakness. That's what I do. I love babies. And it's with that love and that dedication that I am teaching this course, and I'm hoping that you will find it as rewarding and as fulfilling as I do when I am teaching it, when I am researching for it, and when I'm helping students over even the phone. One thing that you do need to know is that as soon as you sign up for my course, I'm yours. That is one guarantee that I give that most places do not give. If you have a newborn issue or a client issue, I am on call for you. You can call me, you can email me, you can text me, I am there. That is my promise to you. And you can also go to my testimonial page and see that I am true to my word on that. I'm not going to not answer the phone. I'm not going to avoid you if you are irritable or if you have a lot of questions. I'm there. That's what I do. That's what I love doing. I have got a couple of websites that you may be interested in other than Gentle Ventures. I have my private referral site, which is exclusively newborns.com. I have an agency that's exclusively babynurses.com. And then I have got the Baby Nurse Directory.com, and that's with a "the" in front of it, the Baby Nurse Directory. And you can go on there and for no charge at all, post your information on there. And for clients, for parents, for anybody to see. So that's kind of my I give back to the universe site. I would like to also tell you before we get started about the NCSA. The NCSA is an entity that certifies newborn care specialists through requirements that range from hourly requirements to reading requirements to background and reference check requirements. We are the only entity right now who does that, and because the NCSA does not teach, we only certify. You actually cannot give a class and then certify somebody as a newborn care specialist after you give that class. That's not even legal to do. You can give them a certificate of certification, but you can't certify them. So if you've got a certification from a class that says you're now a certified newborn care specialist, that honestly is not even a legal thing to do. So let's move on a little bit. Let's start with the introduction to the newborn care specialist career and who we are. Well, first, a newborn care specialist is somebody that is going to go into the home of parents who have a newborn between the ages of 0 and 12 weeks. That is our area of expertise. We're going to go into the home and we're going to assist them. We're going to educate them. Education is our biggest asset. We're going to care for the baby, maybe at nighttime. Maybe we're going to do some daytime work. Maybe we're going to do 24/7 work. But our basic job when we are in the home is to empower these moms and these dads so that when we leave, they will be able to take care of this baby on their own. The history behind us is that we kind of started in Europe, where they had, and I say baby nurses very loosely, that would go into new parents' homes and help take care of the babies. Now, many times, these nurses also literally nursed the babies. And so when America was formed, we did not have that. I mean, most of the people that came over here, first of all, honestly, couldn't afford to have somebody come in and take care of them and their babies, or even nurse their babies. But in the last probably 20 years, the baby nurse has come back to the United States, and more parents are now wanting somebody in the home helping them with their newborn, especially if it's their first baby and they don't have a clue what they're doing. So we started off as what we call baby nurses, but we can no longer call ourselves baby nurses because the Nursing Association has decided, and rightly so, that if you are a baby nurse, you need to have an RN degree behind your name. And you cannot be calling yourself a baby nurse without that degree behind your name. So we kind of looked around, figured it out, and decided to call ourselves newborn care specialists or newborn specialists or infant care specialist. The one that I chose was newborn care specialist. Let's talk a little bit about the terminology, because there's a lot of postpartum terminology that goes along with this field. The first one is a doula, and the Greek meaning of the word doula is a mother's mother. And a doula is an experienced non-medical assistant who provides emotional and physical support for mom during her prenatal care. Now, I am going to be going from the manual at this point, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to stick with what we're doing here. A doula will provide infant care if the mom requests the infant care. However, her primary focus is going to be on the mother. That's her primary job. There are doulas that provide before or after, or you want to say birth and prenatal or postpartum care. There are doulas that do each one of those things. So the birth doula is going to be a woman that comes to help the mom while she's pregnant, and she will, let's say she'll help her with her diet, she'll help her with exercise, she will help her during labor. She's going to be there to support mom until she has the baby. Maybe mom does not have a partner that wishes to support her, or maybe he just can't or she can't support. So a birth doula is going to be there to support the mom. She's going to be to help the mom out. If mom has any issues, she's going to go to the doula and say, oh, I'm so cranky today. Is that normal? And the birth doula will say, yes, because of this, this, and this. That's a very normal thing for you to be feeling right now. So that's what the birth doula does. Now the postpartum doula, she's going to take over as soon as the baby is born. Now there are ladies that are both birth doulas and postpartum doulas. So they go with mom through the pregnancy and then through the after pregnancy when the baby is born. And she is going to be an advisor and a helper to mom and to the family. So let's say that she goes home with mom, and basically mom is like, I want to take care of the baby. Would you just please take care of the household? That would be the doula's job. If there are other children in the house, the doula would attend to the other children, the husband, the meals, the cleaning, whatever mom wants her to do, that is her position. If the mom wants her to help her with breastfeeding, she will be doing that. And she won't be breastfeeding the baby, but she'll help a mom to show her how to breastfeed. So that's more the doula's position. Then we have a mother's helper or a night nanny. Now that's a person who is a lay person. They go into the home just to assist the parents with childcare and household tasks. They do both of those things. And this night nanny or mother's helper is going to do what the parent wants them to do. They're not going to be doing any education. They are going to be doing what mom wants. So let's just say that we have a first-time mom and she wants the baby fed every hour and a half. I'm just throwing it out there. I think my baby should be fed every hour and a half because every hour and a half he makes this noise. Maybe even not crying, but just this noise. That would be the mother helper's or the night nanny's duty to fulfill, would be to feed that baby every hour and a half. Because she's going to do what mom wants her to do. Okay? Then we have the baby nurse. Now, the baby nurse, as we talked about before, is a professional medical person, an RN, an LPN, an LVN, and she is going to go in and assist with any medical issues. So let's just say that the doctor said, okay, little Joey can go home, however, he will need a baby nurse with him. That what he means by that is that she needs to have a professional RN or LPN with her to assist with the baby. Maybe the baby has some medical issues, maybe the baby needs shots, or maybe the baby needs this or that only a nurse can do. Then the nurse would go with the family to the home. Now, I know that there are also many ladies who are RNs, who are newborn care specialists, who are doulas, who are lactation consultants, all rolled into one. And oh my goodness, what a package. What a package. Well, this package can pretty much charge what they want to charge because they really are offering a service that is very, very valuable. But then we have the newborn care specialist, which is who we are. And we are a layperson who specializes in the care of babies. Now, the newborn care specialist is different than a doula because she does not attend to mom. Mom takes care of herself. When we go on a job, mom takes care of herself. And basically, we take care of the baby. That doesn't mean we're not going to bring mom the baby when she wants the baby or anything like that. It just means that our primary duty in the home is to take care of the baby. If the baby needs to be changed, if the baby needs to have a bath, if the baby needs to be rocked, and mom is like, I'm just too busy, can you do it? Yes, absolutely, that is my job. I will do that. So what are the expected duties of a newborn care specialist? The newborn care specialist can perform the following duties. However, those duties may vary. And that will be according to what the mom wants or the shift that they're working. So here are the duties. The first and most important thing is the education and support of the parents. We've kind of talked about that a little bit already. You're going to create a smooth transition for the family during the newborn stage. These people do not have a clue what's going to be happening to them. They don't understand that this baby is going to disrupt their entire life. And even in little tiny ways that they don't even think about. For instance, a lot of my clients are people that don't eat at home. They go out and eat every night. And then this baby is there, and it's like, I got to cook now, you know, or we have to order food. Well, why can't we just take the baby with us? You know, like it's like, why don't you just go ahead and try that once? Sometimes that works very well. Sometimes baby sleeps through the whole meal, but many times that baby's not happy. And so little things like that can disrupt a whole thing. So we are there to show them how they can do this smoothly, how this all takes place, how all these changes are going to come together and everything's going to be fine. We are going to troubleshoot potential areas of concern and other professional options to resolve them. So if they have, let me see, maybe they've got a sibling in the house and they're like, I don't know how to deal with this. Ever since I brought the baby home, my toddler has been acting like a terror. He never was that before. What do I do? So we can walk them through how to take care of that issue. You're going to maintain a log of infant feedings and sleep patterns. And we will talk about the log later on. And we're going to talk about all this later on. I'm just hitting the highlights of what we do now. And later on in the course, we're going to go into detail as to how all this works. But you can also keep a log. A log is very, very important. It's going to have the time of day, well, first the date, the time of day, how much the baby ate, how much if the baby pooped, or if the baby peed, or if the baby was awake, or if the baby was fussy, or comments on what went on during that awake sleep period. So you're going to be able to give that to mom when you leave, so she'll know, oh, here's what Junior did while I was sleeping, or while I was out shopping, depending on when your duty is. You're going to soothe babies using skilled techniques that will help calm the newborn. We're going to learn all the ways that you can soothe a baby. They'll think you're the baby whisperer. They're easy things to do, but if you do them and you do them properly, you're not going to have a fussy baby. They're just little hints and little tips that we know, that we can share, and that we teach. None of this information that I give you is meant to be kept quiet. Okay? You share it. You don't say to the client, well, I got your baby to sleep, and they say, how'd you do it? Oh, I just know how to do it because I'm special. We don't do that. We say, here's exactly what I did to calm your baby and get your baby to sleep. Okay. And then to provide the newborn, to provide care for the newborn and perform the following tasks: diapering, dressing and changing, bathing, circumcision and umbilical cord care, bottle preparation, breast milk and formula, bottle cleaning and sterilization if necessary, we'll talk about that later too, organization and maintenance of the nursery, create a regular feeding schedule, assist in establishing healthy sleep habits, sleep training the newborn if applicable, maintaining a thorough log of eating, sleeping, and behavioral patterns, and just to take over the complete care of a newborn at night so that the parents have time to sleep. Now, these items are a complete list of what someone may do. This doesn't mean that you have to do all these things. For instance, at night, I do not clean bottles and sterilize. I do not organize or maintain the nursery. I do not bathe, because by the time I get there at 10 o'clock, all that stuff should be taken care of, and the baby should be sleeping, and I shouldn't be messing in the nursery when the baby's sleeping. Now, there are some advanced duties that you may or may not choose to do. Provide assistance with sleep training beyond 3 months and assist parents with helping infants and toddlers sleep through the night. So some of us have gone beyond the 3-month mark and know how to sleep train a 6-month-old or a 3-year-old. That is something that you can do. I have chosen to do that, and I thoroughly enjoy it. But I do not care for babies that are over 3 months, but I will sleep train a baby that is over 3 months. Be knowledgeable in reflux and available to provide helpful solutions when caring for a baby with GERD. And that GERD is gastrointestinal, I don't even know what it is, but it's reflux. Anyway, we need to know, we never prescribe, but we need to know which medications seem to work, which ways to hold the baby if they have reflux, how often to feed a baby if they have reflux. Little hints and little tips that are going to help parents with babies with reflux. And I tell you, I've found so many interesting, like Facebook pages where there's parent groups where they're talking about infant reflux. You can read those and get so many clues and so many hints and so many ideas as to how to help your clients if a baby has reflux. You should be experienced in working with multiples and uniquely skilled at assisting families on how to care for more than one baby at a time. This knowledge will include how to effectively set up a household and routine to accommodate twins, triplets, quads, etc. I have taken care of twins, triplets, quads, and sextuplets. Sextuplets were the only ones that I did not take care of by myself. I had a helper with that. The quads I took care of by myself, the triplets always, and twins always. And it's just a matter of organization. You have to know how to organize. You have to be an organized person. If you're scatterbrainy and you can't get it together, then you need to really focus when you're taking care of twins and triplets. And then you have to be knowledgeable in working with premature babies and understand how to care for and address their special and unique needs. And we are going to talk about that because preemies do have special needs. They do have unique situations. Sometimes they are coming home very little. Sometimes they're coming home on oxygen, feeding tubes, apnea monitors, all different kinds of things, all of which you can do. You can do this. Basically, what's going to happen is the baby's going to come home and mom's going to say, do you know how to do this? And you're going to say, I've done this before, but I sure am willing to learn. And she's going to teach you how to do it. Because before the baby can leave the hospital, she has to know how to do that. And then she can teach you. And then the next mom, you can say, I know how to do that, but please, I would really like you to also teach me in case I missed anything, because they may have a different way of doing it. So whenever a parent comes home with a baby, let's just say on a feeding tube, and you've done 3 babies on feeding tubes before, and you say, I got this down. You can tell mom, I've done 3 babies before, but I would like you to show me how you want it done. Because from year to year, from minute to minute, new ways are used that are much better than the old ways, and we always want to be up to date on everything that we do. Let's talk about compensation, which is always a fun thing to talk about, because even though we do this for love and we adore babies, there has to be a compensation factor involved in it in order to make our lives work. Now, if you just want to volunteer, then you're probably not interested in this section. But if you're in it so that you can actually make a living also, then you might be a little bit interested. Now, the compensation for a newborn care specialist is going to be determined by your experience level, the number of children you're watching, their medical needs or their non-medical needs, and it's going to start. Let's take a person who's taken the course, who has maybe children of their own, or who has babysat. They have held a baby. They know how to take care of a baby. Let's start with that. So your compensation for that age, for all those criteria, is going to be starting at about $18 an hour. That's a single baby. Now, as you progress, and I would say within a year, you can raise it to 20 and then to 22. Right now, the top for a single baby is probably 30 to 35 an hour. And you're going to work your way up to that. And then depending on the region that you're in also. But basically, people with money've got money, and they will hire people according to what they think they're worth. So even in some place like Iowa or Minnesota, where you may think, oh, I don't know that I can make $30 an hour taking care of a single baby. If you have priced yourself that way and people find you valuable that way, you won't have any trouble getting work. You know, I always say, and I will stick to it, that the people that ask for more money, whether they're experienced or not, people seem to think that they're more qualified. I have a real problem with that because I get 25 to 30 an hour for a single baby. With my experience level, I should probably be getting 35 to 40 an hour. But I just don't feel like that is fair. And I feel like 25 to 30 is a fair rate for my services. So, and I do know that there are people out there with a lot less experience than I do, and honestly don't know what the heck they're doing, that are asking 25 to 30 an hour. But anyway, but I also know people that are asking exorbitant rates, and are getting them because people think the more you ask, the more you know. The more you ask for, the more you know. So just take it for what it's worth. But generally, unexperienced newborn care specialist is going to start at $18 an hour. If you're working with triplets, let's say you're working with triplets, I would say $45 to $50 an hour would probably be the range you would be in. Your work schedule. You are going to set up your own schedule. Do you want to work nights? Do you want to work days? Do you want to work around the clock? You say what you want to do. Mine is nights and round the clock. I don't work days. I never work days, unless I'm working around the clock. But I never take a day-only job. Oh, that doesn't appeal to me at all. Just doesn't appeal to me. But I like the nights and I love the round the clock. So those are the two things that I do. I generally work Sunday night through Thursday night, having Friday night and Saturday night off. There are clients that are going to want you to work 7 days a week. If you want to do that, good. If you don't, you find a substitute to take care of those 2 days. There are clients that are going to want you to work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. There are clients that want you to work from 10 p.m. to 6 p.m. 6 a.m. 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. That's normal. 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. is a normal schedule, Sunday through Thursday. That's a 40-hour week. That is pretty normal. But anywhere inside, outside, around side, that is great. If you're working a 24/7, then you are going to be getting 4 hours off a day, or you should. We have General Ventures has a contract that is an amazing contract. It covers everything you could think of. If you're interested in looking at it, go to generalventures.com/contracts, all in caps. I don't know why I did that, but the contracts is all in caps, and that'll bring up contracts for you, and you can look at that, and you can look at that and see what the contract covers. You won't be, it's nothing that you can just copy and paste, so forget that. I do charge for it. But it'll give you an idea of what needs to be in a contract, and they're very, very good. Everybody needs to have a contract. I can't tell you the number of people who have got screwed for working outside of a contract. Get a contract, ladies. Even if you make up your own, get a contract. Work locations will always work in the client's home. Oh, I say always, but many times, like we've had clients come over like from Hong Kong, and they will rent a hotel room, and you will work in the hotel room. I had one client who come over from Saudi Arabia, and they leased the whole penthouse of a hotel, and they stayed there for like a year. So it will be in their home setting, whatever that is, whether it is a hotel or whether it is a home. It will be in their hotels, in their private setting. You may have to go to the hospital when mom delivers and stay with her there. Some moms want you to be there with them. They don't want their husbands there, or their husbands can't be there, or for some reason they just want you there. And I've had times when that's had to happen, when you go to the hospital and stay with them and do baby night duty right there, starting at birth. Let's talk a little bit about marketing your skill. There is a whole class on marketing, which is an amazingly good class, by the way. And it goes through how to market yourself, how to make brochures, how to make business cards. It covers a whole gamut of how you would market, how to make your website. It covers a whole gamut of how to market yourself. And actually, I also do a one-on-one class on marketing if you're interested in that. And you would come to my house if you like coming to Phoenix, Arizona. And we would spend a day building a website or building business cards or brochures or whatever it is that you need, or maybe even just researching for a name for yourself. Maybe you don't know what kind of name to go with. But there's a lot of help out there, and there's a lot of help on the internet if you're wondering how to market yourself. So the first thing I would do is sign up with agencies. Be careful with the agencies that you sign up with. Some agencies are kind of unscrupulous. Some of them will pay you $12 an hour and will collect the $30 an hour from the client. That's not something you want. Some agencies will have you sign a non-compete clause. That means that you will work only for them and you will not work for anybody else, including any referrals. So you need to be very extra special careful when you sign up with an agency. Read the small print. Exclusively Baby Nurses is my agency. I do not charge you anything. You ask the client for what you want and you walk out with that paycheck. I charge the client. And that is how it should be, really. Baby nurse should not have to pay for what the agencies do for them. But I also have a referral system where if you take a referral that I give you, then you pay me per 8-hour day. $10 for every 8-hour day that you work. And I do that because then the clients are not charged. They are personal referrals that come through my personal referral website. And a lot of times I know these people. Most of the times I know these people. And I can't do the job because I'm already busy, so I farm the job out. But I still want to get compensation for it. So that's why you would pay me the $10 for 8-hour shifts. So anyway, that's the way that goes. The next thing is networking. Use your friends that you already have on Friends and Facebook and Twitter. Talk to your nanny friends. Talk to any newborn care specialists. Tell them you're getting into the career and that you need help. You need your name spread around. And do that. Spread your name around. Put your business cards on the table when you leave and you're out to eat. You never know who's going to pick it up. Give your business card to everybody. I know one lady, and I do not recommend that you do this because she could get in a lot of trouble, but she did it and got a lot of business off it. She went into Babies R Us and she put her business card, double sticky taped, on the bottom of the newborn Pampers. I'm telling you, this is not what I'm telling you to do. I'm just saying to you, use your imagination. There are a lot of ways to get business, and not a lot of ways to get your name out there. I have some of the ladies who have talked to the TV stations and the radio stations and gotten free publicity. So there's different ways to do it. Don't be ashamed, embarrassed. Just go out and do it. All they can do is say no. Referrals is the greatest way to find a job. So if you do a good job for Susie Q, then Susie Q will tell her friend Jane Doe, and pretty soon your name will get out and about. That is the best way to get business. Church and community organizations. If you belong to any church or community organization, then they have a newsletter or anything, a bulletin board. Get your information on that. Most of the time, it's really, really reasonable, really cheap. There is an organization that is called Mothers of Multiples. And just look at them on the web. Mothers of Multiples. See if there's one in your town. They charge like $25 for a year to put your business card in their newsletter. It's nothing. It's nothing. And then every time a mother has multiple babies and they send her that newsletter, your information is sent out to her and she knows that you exist. Craigslist or Care.com, be very careful. Be very careful, but if you can use those in a very careful way, feel free to do that. Websites. You can build your website for as little as $9.99 a month and have it on the web. Have at least a page stating what you do. You can put your resume on it, your testimonials on it. Do not put anybody's last names on it. Do not put any phone numbers on it. Do not put any babies' names on it. So on my resume, on my website, it has January 1st, 2014 through March 1st, 2014. And I'm just going to pull a name out of the hat here. Cindy and Joe. Then I will put newborn baby girl, had reflux, was able to sleep train, mom was a breastfeeding mom, and that's about all. And that's about all. So you just put the basic information, but then people can see, oh, she did this, 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 this. And if you travel, if you want to travel, put that in there. Love to travel. I've had my, one of my baby nurses is on her way to Texas. From there she will go to Paris and London and Hong Kong. I guess she loves to travel. So you can absolutely travel the world doing this job also. Parenting group. Teach a parenting class. Go to Babies R Us. They love it when people want to teach classes. Do a class on how to diaper a newborn. You will have a bunch of dim-witted new gonna-be parents in there, can't figure out what end to put the diaper on. It's hysterical. I've done it, and it was just like, I honestly didn't think anybody would come to the class because who doesn't know how to diaper a baby? And you should have seen, I had a class full. And it was like, you gotta be kidding me. These people do not know how to diaper a baby. A pediatrician and well care clinics. If you have a pediatrician that you know, that's a wonderful way to get your name out there. Or if you are working for a mom and she takes her baby to a pediatrician, have her tell that pediatrician, Nancy Hamm is my NCS and is doing a marvelous job for me. Please refer her. And they will. They will. That's a wonderful way to get your name out there. Start a meetup group for moms or pregnant moms or moms with newborn children. Meetup.com is the website, and you would just start a meetup group, and then you would, or you can call any of the, you just put in your city and newborn babies, and all the groups that have newborn babies will pop up. Then you can contact each of those groups and say, I am a newborn care specialist. I would love to come and talk to your moms. And we can do a Q&A, question and answer period, or I can do a class on sleep training, or I can do a class on breastfeeding, or I can do a class on bottle feeding, whatever, you know, and get your name out there that way. Work at the church, neighborhood church nursery, because there are a lot of people, especially in these bigger churches, that you could hand them your business card when they pick up their baby. Use Facebook and Twitter. We kind of talked about that already, but that's a great social media to get your name out there and get a lot of likes and get a discussion going. And which reminds me, if you take my class, or if you are already an experienced NCS, there is a private Gentle Ventures Facebook page. There's also a public one, and that's the one, if you put in Gentle Ventures, that's the one that's going to come up. But there's also a private one, and the private one is where we discuss everything that has to do with newborns. I had this mom who is doing this. Please give me some suggestions. And then sometimes we've had 20 and 30 comments on how to handle this situation. Very, very helpful. If you're an agency, agency owners are not allowed to be on there. So we keep it just the NCSs, no clients, nothing like that. So anyway, if you're interested, drop me an email and let me know you're interested. I'll probably shoot back a couple questions I'll have to ask you to make sure that you qualify. And then I have to send you an invitation through Facebook, which will come to your email, and you have to watch your spam because sometimes they go into spam. But it's great. It's really great. Okay, here's what a night looks like. I've got to see where I am on this here. Oh, good. Okay, great. Perfect. Here's what a night looks like. Your night is going to start when you arrive on the job, typically around 10 o'clock. First thing I always do is sit down and talk to mom and dad, or mom or dad. How was your day? What's going on with baby? What do you need to know? Because they always have a million questions. Okay, well, Johnny slept from 10:15 to 10:45 instead of until 11:15. I got him up. Should I have gotten him up, or should I have let him cry? Or Or what am I supposed to do when he wakes up early? Or he didn't have a full feed today and I'm worried because he's just not taking the number of ounces he's supposed to take. So all that stuff, you're going to sit down and you're going to talk to them every night. Now, I will tell you that I have been on jobs before where I never saw parents. Never saw them. I remember this one job that I interviewed for. This was the last time I saw them. I left them a log every morning. The check was always on the counter every night, every Friday. I never saw these people. Most of my clients I see once in a while. Now, I'm not saying that once we establish a relationship, most of my clients are in bed when I get there. And most of them are in bed when I leave in the morning. But usually you establish a relationship first. You know, they sit down, they talk to you, you get to know, they ask questions. Sometimes I'll leave you notes with questions if they're too tired and can't stay up. But your main job there, like I've said before, is to educate. You need to educate mom and dad on how to take care of their baby. So that's going to be the best point in their day. Sometimes you also have moms that have postpartum, and you have to learn how to spot that excuse me, and what to do for that, and make sure that dad knows about it. But we talk about that in the classes too. We want you to always be on the lookout for any kind of things that are coming up that seem a little bit unusual, that maybe something that you need to watch closer. But you'll know what those things are the more experienced and more educated you become. Now, depending on when the baby last ate and what time that you arrive, you probably have to feed the baby before you go down to sleep. Yeah, you get to sleep on this job. This is a sleeping job. This is a nice job. You sleep when the baby sleeps, in case I hadn't mentioned that one. I don't think I have. But unless you have been told the baby needs to eat every 3 hours, you never wake up a sleeping baby at night. So if you get there at 10 and the baby ate at 7, I go ahead and, well, for the first couple of weeks, I usually wait until 11 because I know they're going to be up before 11. They just can't make it much longer than 4 hours. But after that, at 10 o'clock, I am in bed. And if they get up at 11:30, at least I've had an hour and a half sleep. And then you feed the baby. And then as soon as you put the baby back down, and you can go back to bed then. We do not do dream feeds. We will discuss that later. A dream feed is a way for you to get more rest. It disrupts a baby's sleep cycle. And unless you're there very short term, and the parents are going to be doing the dream feed on their own, and you're not going to be there, then we don't do dream feeds. And we do discuss that also on what a dream feed is and how to do that, and when it's appropriate, when it's not appropriate. I'm just trying to see where I am. I don't want to miss anything here. Okay, so if you are on a 10 to 6 schedule, generally what I do is at 5:30, I feed the baby. 5:30 in the morning, I feed the baby just before I leave so that mom can get another 3 hours of sleep. And unless the baby ate at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock. Usually if the baby ate at 3:30 or before, I will feed the baby at 5:30. If the baby ate at 3:30 or after, I will not feed the baby at 5:30 because that's putting the feedings too close together, and sometimes that just comes right back up. But I usually try to work it throughout the night so that I can do a 5:30 feed, so that when I leave at 5:30, that baby is fed, back to sleep, and mom has until 8:30 before she has to get up and has to have the baby up. It works out perfect for new moms. And then later on, we are going to switch to a 7 to 7 schedule so that the baby is getting a feed at 7 o'clock or really close to it, 7 a.m. or really close to it. And then you're going to be on the 7, 10, 1, 4, 7 feed schedule throughout the day. And once again, all this stuff is stuff that we discuss in class, and we teach you how to do it. And you need to have a baby on a specific schedule. There's a specific time frame that they can be up, and if they're over that time frame, they're overstimulated and they're overtired, and you're going to have a baby that doesn't nap well. The daytime naps are what's going to help the nighttime work well. All this stuff has to come together in order for it to work well for you. While you're on the job, you are not responsible for other children, for pets, or for housework. The NCS does not do nursery or laundry cleanup on night duty. If you're doing day duty, yes, you will have nursery maintenance. You may do the baby's laundry, but you are only responsible for the baby. An NCS does not mean newborns, siblings, pets, and parents specialist. It means newborn specialist. And that is what you do. That's all you do. If you want to do more, you go for it, girl. You go for it. But let me tell you something. If you start doing that, everybody is going to expect it. And you're going to find yourself being a housekeeper, and you're not going to be taking care of the baby. They're going to have you coming over and say, oh, by the way, can you do the dishes while you're here? Can you vacuum the floor? Oh, the toilets really do need to be cleaned, and my maid couldn't make it. Do you think you can take care of that for me? I'm like, hell no. I'm like, whoops. I'm like, no, thank you. Not my job description. I don't do that. I take care of your baby. That is my job. That is what I do. And that pretty much wraps up the introduction to newborn care specialists work. And I thank you very, very much. Please, this video is not for sharing. It is not, it is copyrighted, so please do not share it. And I thank you so much for your attention. And hopefully you will think about taking the rest of the course. There are 9 classes in the course. The first class has 5 hours of information on it. And so you know that you are getting a complete, extensive course. Gentle Ventures actually has the most extensive class in the nation. And right now, we are one of the, I don't know if there's any other ones that are online as complete as Gentle Ventures. So we are the leader, we're the beginner. We started this years ago, and many have followed us. Many have taken our material and used it, and we are not happy with that, and we are taking, oh, never mind. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you will take the class. Have any questions, give me a call, 1-800-3, you gotta think about this, 377-0650, or gentlemventures@msn.com, or the website www.gentlemventures.com. Thank you so much. Have a fabulous, wonderful day, and talk to you later. Bye.